With the highly anticipated release of the Resident Evil 2 remake imminently approaching and the natural excitement that will accompany the build-up, I thought it would be a fitting time to go back to one of the OG Resident Evil games, one of my favourite all-time games, Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3 was, of course, the third entry in the survival horror powerhouse. Although it continued the trend of edge-of-your-seat horror, mixed in with excellent but sometimes frantic item management, as well as the timeless but thought-provoking puzzle. It brought additional elements to the table to ensure that the series was kept fresh, although keeping with the tradition of the RE formula. So today, we'll be looking at 5 things Resident Evil 3 did right, ensuring its killer app status on the PlayStation 1 and other consoles. Resident Evil 3 was the first and only, bar its return in Resident Evil 7, of the original game series that featured the ability to create different ammo using a reloading tool and gunpowder that you find throughout your playthrough. There are 3 different types of gunpowder that can be found in the game world, which is explained in detail in the initial playing manual found in your inventory. What was interesting about the gunpowder feature is that as you progressed through the story and got better at the game, so did the gunpowder and quantities that it produced. At a certain point in the story, Jill was able to create enhanced ammo, which packed a harder punch than the standard ammo, and made fighting through Raccoon City that much sweeter. It is a shame that it never made a return in other instalments of Resident Evil, as it made every playthrough fresh, as well as managing risk versus reward. In other words, should we craft a lot of handgun ammo, or make the devastating freeze or magnum rounds for later bosses? It wouldn't be a credible list without the inclusion of the much beloved Nemesis. Nemesis was the first boss battles that not only proved to be one of the most difficult in the series' history, but it stalked you room to room. The Nemesis mechanic was originally explored in RE2 under Scenario B's Mr. X, but due to how slow and big he was, he didn't really pack much of a punch due to the player's weaponry, until the end boss to be honest. Imagine Mr. X on steroids. He can insta-kill you, and he's generally faster in reaction times than the player. That was the Nemesis. Playing this for the first time, expect to rack up many deaths, as the unexpected Nemesis bursts into your playthrough in the hopes of ruining your day. Nemesis is without a doubt one of the best boss battles in all of Resident Evil universe, and to this day still causes me problems in my playthroughs. However, if you do manage to kill him on hard mode, he is a rather giving fellow, leading to my next point. As discussed, the Nemesis appears in various forms throughout RE3's story. If you manage to dodge him, fair play. For the most part, he's an optional boss battle until key elements of the story come together forcing you to kill him. However, if you do put him down, he is kind enough to reward you. Put him down once, you'll get a nice weapon part. Put him down again, you'll get a second section of said weapon part, giving you an additional weapon to fight the hordes with. I won't give away too much, as the feeling of beating Nemesis is great enough without knowing what he drops, but I will say it is worth dropping him every time, as you do get a worthwhile treat in your second playthrough after the clock tower. However, what is a shame is the inability to use enhanced ammo with the new weapons, which I suppose would make you a little OP anyway. Throughout the story, Resident Evil 3 gives you flash decisions, asking the player to pick between 1 or 2 options: stay and fight the Nemesis, or run away. This feature allows players to make up their own mind on how the story plays out, with options sometimes rewarding the player, or meaning you'll have to fight the Nemesis again, as you always wanted to know what was the second choice on your next time round. I will preface this point with the fact I am terrible at dodging. It was a mechanic included in Resident Evil 3 that meant if you press the button at exactly the right time, Jill will dodge or push enemies over. I never got the hang of how to undertake the dodge mechanic, and it always happened randomly, sometimes inconveniently. However, if you picked it up brilliantly, you were untouchable, and it made the Nemesis and other enemies absolute mugs when you finished them off without being touched. Just like something from the Matrix. Ah, the Mercenaries mode. Resident Evil at the time was familiar with extra game modes in addition to the main story, with Battle Mode on the exclusive Saturn version of Resident Evil, and EX Battle Mode on Resident Evil 2. Resident Evil 3 was a little bit different to its previous incarnations. The UBCS mercenaries Carlos, Mikhail, and Nikolai. The goal was simple: kill all enemies and save as many lives as possible. Traverse from the train to the very start of the game to earn dollars to be used in the main story. Nothing is a better feeling than completing mercenaries and edging closer to the also important infinite ammo case for all your weapons. That's right, infinite ammo for all of your weapons. I must say it's not as easy as I'm explaining. Carlos is limited to an STI Eagle and assault rifle, Mikhail being the fan favourite having a shotgun, magnum and rocket launcher, and Nikolai being the weakest with just a knife and handgun. It doesn't seem as bad using Nikolai until you realise that there's an instance where you have to face two nemesis at the same time with rocket launchers. Not fun. However, luckily you can earn the dollars without the need to stress yourself over Nikolai by using either Carlos or Mikhail. That's my list of the killer Resident Evil 3 features. I trust you enjoyed the video and I hope to see you on my channel soon.